Hello, and welcome to the Homeschool Conversations Africa podcast. Here, we discuss homeschooling from the African perspective and the unique challenges that come with it.
If you're considering homeschooling, we hope to inspire you as you take this bold step. If you're already a homeschooler, we are here to share encouragement for this wonderful journey we are on to educate our children in the best way we can. We are your hosts, Jifa Andam and
Carissa Nete Mabel.
Let's dive right into today's conversation. Welcome to episode 0 of the Homeschool Conversations Africa podcast. We're going to begin this episode by introducing ourselves to you a little bit. So I'm just going to do this by asking Carissa to tell us a little bit about herself. And then I can tell you all a little bit about myself too later.
Hi, my name is Carissa. I'm married with one child, a daughter. I've been married for almost 2 years. Will be 2 years in May. I was trained as a multimedia artist. That means I'm into graphic design, photography, video editing, and a little dash of web design. But as of now, I'm a stay-at-home mom with a little side business called the Little Lambs Co. And my husband and I also run a YouTube channel called Pa and Carissa, where we talk about basically everything marriage and being new parents, and also share our gifts of singing and music with the world. So I got interested in homeschooling through listening to a number of Christian pastors and reading some blogs, and I'll call it providence, but I happened to join a church that had a couple of homeschool families, which is kind of rare on this side of the world.
That's
where
right.
We had about maybe 4 or 5 families that were all homeschooling in church. So I feel like God just sort of connected me with the right people who could help me on my journey. So I knew I'd want to homeschool when I started having children. But I guess the timeline for that sort of moved up a bit when I got pregnant less than a month into our marriage.
Honeymoon baby.
So then I started researching. I felt like, okay, now I'm about to have a child. If I'm to be responsible for her education, then I need to really get on this. So I started to research a lot, and Jifa was always there to answer all of my questions since she's been doing this for a lot longer. So I guess we'll talk more about our why in later episodes, but this is just a little introduction. Yeah.
Thank you, Carissa. A lot longer makes it sound like it's been a long time, but I actually consider myself a bit of a novice because I've just been doing this for maybe 3.5 years now. So a little bit about myself. I'm also married to my dear husband. We've been married for 15 years, and we are blessed with 4 children. They are 12, 9, 7, and 4 currently. We've been homeschooling, like I said, for about 3.5 years now. I'm a trained public health professional, but I haven't worked very much in the field because I've spent most of my years since I started having children as a stay-at-home mom primarily. That's the decision I made early on. I do love to do things on the side. In addition to public health, I love to organize and decorate, and now homeschooling is another passion of mine, if you can call it that. So those are some of the things I spend my time doing whenever I can. My husband and I decided that we will pull our children who were in school at the time out of school and begin homeschooling them, because there were a few things that we weren't particularly pleased about, or there were a few goals we had for our children's education that we didn't think we were meeting, and we just decided in a rather short conversation that there was something that we could do about it, and that thing was homeschooling. And so we prayed about it, talked a bit more about it, and decided to pull them out of school. And I'm happy to say that it's been a good journey. Good doesn't mean easy all the time, but it's been a wonderful journey. I have certainly grown to love homeschooling more and more, and I hope that it will continue that way.
So, Jifa, you and I are definitely not experts.
Not at all.
I have not even started homeschooling, and you, even though you're homeschooling, would consider yourself a newbie.
Yes.
So, why are we doing a podcast?
Good question. So we are hosting this podcast. So let's stress on that we are just hosting this podcast because what we are trying to provide is a platform for the more experienced homeschoolers to be able to bring other homeschool moms or dads on who we can talk to, who can share their experiences. And we don't just want to have experienced homeschoolers. We'd like to bring other newbies like ourselves, those who've done it for a few years, so that people can hear the different experiences that others have, the challenges,
especially homeschooling in Africa, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because if you go searching for podcasts, there are really many wonderful homeschooling podcasts, and we listen to a lot of them, both of us. But things are a bit different here. So, and that was what I hadn't found.
Yeah.
And so I thought this would be a good idea to have a place where we can share what homeschooling is like in this context.
Yeah.
And so, Carissa, for you, some people might wonder, well, what's your role here? So I'd like you to be able to tell our listeners what your role is here, because I think that that's very important too.
Yeah. So I think I'm basically here to give a voice to all the newbies. I think I may be able to ask certain questions that someone who is just beginning to investigate homeschooling may ask. So just to give a voice to all of those people seeking and searching for answers. Yeah. So this was just a quick introduction to who we are. Jifa, why don't you tell us some of the things we're hoping to talk about on this podcast?
There's a lot that we would like to cover because there's so much that you can discuss when it comes to homeschooling. But let me just say this. I mentioned a bit earlier that we would like to speak to homeschooling parents with different years of experience, those who are really experienced, those who are just beginning, just to get the different perspectives. We'd also like to speak to some experts in the education field whenever we can about different topics. We can speak to psychologists if we can get them, or sports experts, or teachers of particular subjects. So we'd like to be able to do that. We'd like to also share various resources that we use specific to the different countries that we are in whenever we can, depending on who we have on. And finally, we would like to use this as a way to share resources that we can all use to help us improve our homeschooling experience.
Get in touch with us on Instagram at Homeschool Conversations. Please do follow our page and share it with anyone you think may be interested. We'd also be happy to hear from you. You can send in your questions or contributions.
And do let us know anything that you would like us to discuss on this podcast, and we'll do our best to do so.
So thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Homeschool Conversations Africa podcast.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.